What is up, fam? What is up? Let me just check my mic, make sure I'm right. Oh my God. All right. All right. We are here. We are here, and I have words watching, and everybody else is going to come through because this is going to be a fun, good time. This is going to be a party. What's up, y'all? It's been a while since the Bring the Asteroid channel has gone live and talked to you guys, but we are still here. The fellas might come through for a little bit. They might not. This might be like a little bit of a fast live, just kind of getting back into the groove of things. But there's so much to talk about, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go live. Like, let's go live on Bring the Asteroid because there's so many things happening, and so many reasons for the asteroid. So and you could see from the title, like people are talking about re-education camps, all kinds of things. So we're gonna just go ahead and pretty much get into it. It feels a little different, like streaming on this channel because fine. Um oh shoot. Sorry y'all. It's gonna yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different streaming from this channel because you know, because on my channel by myself, like by now, like 5 people would be on here and 10, whatever. But we're gonna have a good time because whoever's watching, we're just gonna enjoy ourselves. Okay, so let me just unwind because I literally just got home from work and work was insane, right? Work was insane. And to even share a story, one of my patients, I swear, was trans. Like, hypothetically speaking, maybe one of my patients were for liability purposes because you could just tell, like, the voice was not manly. It wasn't manly. So I was like, here we go. And the problem with that is, I'm a nurse. So the problem with that is, like, what if this person has like a pelvic infection and I'm supposed to pretend that that's a man, right? But a woman gets pelvic infections. So if I think that's a man and they're having a certain kind of pain, I'm not going to think like, oh, maybe they're having like a uterine like infection because I'm going to think a man doesn't have a uterus, right? So it's just kind of weird to have a patient like that. And there's nowhere in the chart where it's noted, but I do my assessments. I know what a man and a woman looks like, no matter how many hormones they take. So it's very dangerous, the game that they're playing with this. But tonight we freestyling, we're going on Twitter. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start with Hillary Rodham Clinton, who wants to get rid of conservatives. uh Hold on, I'm about to share. Pretty sure that I bookmarked this for tonight. I know I did. Yep, there she is. There she is. And this is only
very strong.
all right. Hold on. Let me make sure we're good over here. What is up, GR? Thank you for coming through. Okay, we got some people coming through. So let's go ahead and we're gonna look at Hillary, who is playing herself. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got some people in the background. Somebody's here. All right, I'm adding Justin to the stage. Justin,
Yo, hello,
what?
hello.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yep,
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I just I think I'm about to lose my voice because I just recorded like an hour-long training video, like talking
Oh,
for an hour straight. I don't think I've ever done that before, like nonstop. So my voice is feeling pretty weak right now, but I'm good other than that.
dang, an hour long. Oh my gosh, this training must be intense. Like
Oh
that's what's
yeah, it's basically everything that I know about YouTube and condensed in one video. So
that video is probably worth like $100,000. Like,
well, it's gonna be absolutely free. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. It's gonna be free. Not to get
y'all
too
hear?
too much into that, but people don't pay for information; they pay for implementation. Like I told you earlier.
Yep,
So I'm gonna give
yep,
away everything for free. But
yeah.
what's
Because
up to everybody in the chat? How y'all doing?
yeah, the chat came through. We got somebody else. Oh my god, it's so exciting! Matt is here. Yay!
What's up,
Gangs up.
everyone? How's it going?
What up?
Oh, I miss y'all. I'm so excited to be here with y'all.
Yeah, it's been a while, for sure.
Can y'all hear my dog?
Yeah, I hear
Oh
she
my god, dude.
cutie
It's all
She's
patootie.
right.
been so good for so long, and now
Well, they wait till you're live. You know that.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes.
That
There's
is
nothing
hilarious.
even. Why she want to get out? There's nothing out there. I'm the only person here.
Can you guys hear me all right? Because this is the first time I'm streaming with all new stuff. So
Yep.
Oh yeah, we hear you great. Matter of fact, that mic looks pretty awesome.
yeah, it better be.
You have to get like you have to copy me.
I did. I did.
I might have to
I
copy
love
it,
that.
too.
I
like
wanted
the
that
black one.
original
Black
Shure
one.
mic or whatever, but like the more I looked into it, I was like, man, this is just I just like the sound of this one better. So,
Yeah, the RE20 sounds way better.
yeah, I had to.
It definitely does sound pretty good. It definitely
Dents the
does.
pocket though, for sure.
Oh yeah. It's a little bit ridiculous to like everybody else. If you ever tell them how much your microphone costs, they're like, "What did you just say?"
Oh, I know. I told my brother like the mixer, and he's like, "Wait, what did you just spend?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw how
Good
much it
stuff.
costs. But like I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely an investment. But that's what we do. So like it's not
Yeah.
insane to us, but it sounds great, Matt. But yeah, that microphone, I'm gonna have to invest in it myself. So yeah. Matt, what you been up to? I saw you have your reviews going with
yeah. I've been
thumbnails.
working on my Halloween stuff coming out. I got a couple. I got quite a bit more coming out and working on those. So been focusing on that and then trying to get back into the daily stuff. If you've watched anything, I've been trying to like up the editing, which makes it a lot harder to make videos because you have to spend longer to do them. So just trying to make better quality videos. But yeah, just been doing that and just trying to get back into the daily video stuff with news. Work's been picking up, so it kind of has hindered me a little bit with the amount of videos I can put out. But no, I'm full into the Halloween spirit. I'm ready to go. I love it. I love like horror movies are my thing. So
I hate Halloween, man. I'm not
I
gonna
know
lie.
you hate. I know you do.
Why you hate Halloween?
Because I just like to live my life in peace and not be scared. Like I'll have my TV on late at night, and all of a sudden a horror movie trailer starts playing. I'm just like, you just killed my whole mood, dude. I gotta look over my shoulder and shit.
You for real, like you like all horror movies do that to you, or like just
Nah, not
just
all
a
of
few?
them. It's mostly
Okay.
like the possession ones. I
Yep.
hate the possession
Say the
ones.
same.
Oh, I literally, yeah, I was gonna say I just watched the other day. I haven't seen it in years. The original Exorcist because I haven't seen it in
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
That I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That movie, even now to this day, for me, creeps me out and gets to you. And then, so I don't really mess with those movies that much. Most of these horror movies, though, I literally laugh at them. Like I did. So I guess non-spoiler but for Friday
I gotta turn
13th.
my light on now. Be right back.
For Friday 13th coming up, I'm doing part 3, which those movies are so bad. Those are so bad, but they're so much
Right.
fun because they are bad.
They
Right. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love. I love pointing out the stuff and literally laughing at them. And yeah, Exorcist is incredible. I've heard the new one is complete and utter garbage. I did a video on it. I'm not looking forward to it. I heard some people liked it, so for everyone who did like it, great. I hope you did. But from just what I've heard, I'm not spending the money to go. Maybe I'll stream it if it comes out, but I don't know. Just the only good one, Exorcist, that I've liked since was part 3, and just because it was different. But yeah, I don't know. Even Saw 10, I'm like, I'm tired of Saw.
Yeah.
You know, like
I know. Like, yeah, after a while, it's like, yo, what is going on? But I remember when Saw first came out and we were like,
oh my god,
yo,
yeah.
like
The-
talk about like it just turned you for a loop. It was crazy. Everything they went through.
groundbreaking.
Yeah, it was some serious writing and like just how they did the plots and everything. Like
The plot, and then not. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't. I'm
Hey.
sure everyone has, but that ending though. That ending, I was
Right,
like,
remember?
"What?" I
remember like
literally-
the kid, like it was the kid in the safe or something, right? Like isn't that, or is that the same one?
Well,
the-
the first
right.
one was when they were in that kind of boiler room locked
Right.
in there, remember? And then there was a dead body in the room the whole time, and it turns out that was Jigsaw in the middle of the room the whole time. Remember, and
Uh-huh.
he just gets up and he slams the door on the guy. And it was just
Right.
wild, man. It was Saw 1 was good. I enjoyed Saw 2, but then the rest of them, like they started going off. Then it turned into like that, you know, I call it gore porn kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
You know,
It was, yeah, it did get to be too much. I guess I know I saw the first one because like we would go to the theater to see it. Like it was like a thing, you know.
yeah.
But there's a particular one where the guy he's like looking for his kid, and
I think that's the second one.
yeah, that must be the second one. And the whole time, like the kid is right there, like just
Yes,
all the kids, like he was,
because it's the
yeah,
cop. He's the police officer looking for his son. Yeah, that was the second one.
yeah. And then he even pointed, he was like, he pointed to the safe, but he was saying something
Yep.
like, you know, he's right there or something like that. Like it was like you would have to really be paying attention,
Mhm.
but the guy was still just trying to grill him or whatever. And the whole time the kid was like right there. Like it was just so crazy. I think that's the one too where he gave himself a trach, like because
Oh yeah.
his face had got caught in the water and he was drowning, and then he like punched a hole in his throat. I was like, dang.
Did you
like-
ever see The Cabin in the Woods?
Nah, I never saw that.
So that's the one I did that one today. That's a fun one where it's like it's a horror movie, but it's completely different. Like it's fun. Like you can have a good time with it. It's still
right.
a scary movie, but the premise is different. It's a fun movie, and you'll enjoy it if you like horror, but you also like humor and stuff. Like
Right.
The Cabin in the Woods is a good movie.
So I'm laughing at Jessica to see
Oh, I just hear the dogs.
wrestling with the head.
She jumped and hit me in a spot that's not good. And yeah,
It's not funny.
she's too big, dude. She doesn't realize how big she is.
'Cause you were like, ooh. I'm like, ooh.
She's decided to attack me randomly.
Yeah. And then listen, Matt, real quick, that Exorcist, the first Exorcist. So I didn't see that until like I was like 15, and it was on TNT because TNT used to like show like old horror movies
Mhm.
for a little while.
Oh, I
And was like,
remember.
"Oh." Yeah, I was like, oh, the Exorcist. Oh, all right, I'll check it out. Yo, you know, I couldn't go to sleep that night. Like I was afraid of the bed. Like I was like,
The
it's the possession part of it, you know?
The first time I ever saw it, they did I think it was because it came out in the 70s, and I was around the same age. I was around high school, and they had like the 30th anniversary, so they re-released it in theaters. So we went. A group of us like, oh hell, let's go, right? I was scared shitless, and I don't get scared at scary movies. Like, did you ever see the scene? Because it was cut from the original, where she comes down the stairs looking like a backwards crab walk.
I did,
my!
that is true. Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, "Fuck this! This is
And
it's
voice. Remember her
Mhm.
possession voice? It was like, like, and it was like other voices with it. Like,
Yep."
yo,
And all
I'm
the
like,
horrible things that she would say, and with the cross, it was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna burn for watching this movie."
I know. It's like, I was like, and then it was so good, I couldn't stop watching it. And then I had to go to sleep. And I remember just being like, I'm scared. I had to pray. I was like, stop it. You know,
Yeah,
you know, I'm Haitian. So I'm like, this shit is real. Like people get possessed. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm in New Orleans, so
right. Yeah. I know
it's not as bad as Haiti, but there's definitely some leakage over here.
Yeah. Some leak. Okay.
I do not play with any of that shit, dude. Like,
Okay, no, you can't. Like, you cannot play with that stuff at all. But because you will.
y'all ever
Go.
seen like the people who are like on the sets of those types of movies, and like what I remember one time some actress posted that she had 3 scratches or something, like claw marks on her laptop screen after
yeah.
she was filming
I'm
that.
pretty sure there's, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure during The Exorcist they experienced stuff while filming that movie in the background. Like there was some issues that
I
popped
did
up
hear
with the
that stuff.
crew.
Yeah.
And there's some other exorcism movies where like somebody died on set and stuff. Like I'm telling you, it's not. You don't mess with
Yeah.
demons, man, because that's why I don't really care for like The Nun, all those like ghostly movies, Conjuring. Like I watch them, but it's not often. You know, I don't.
That's why you're brave for saying that you laugh at most horror movies, because I'm like, I'm not even gonna say that. Like, even though it might be true, I'm not even gonna say that because they're gonna come prove my ass wrong.
Well, some of them, like I'll watch, like you know, I don't know, Night of the Creeps or something, right? And it's like a zombie kind of alien possession movie, and it's just goofy as fuck. And it's like you can't, or Attack of the Killer Clowns, right? Like it's a B horror movie. Shit's you cannot not laugh at it. But possession movies and stuff, sometimes, like I guess like Insidious, I can watch now, and I'm like, well, that's dumb. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't know, just the way they make it, because it's just not as scary as it used to be back in like early 2000s. You know, every genre has like its own little niche thing. Like back in the early 90s, Casey, you'd probably remember this, when everything made like, it was real, everything was like kind of fast forward and like jagged looking. Remember they did that effect on like all the scary movies?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I know
Right, and then that died away. Like they did that for like a year, and then all of a sudden, because they try to make it all fast looking and like creepy, but then it didn't. Yeah, but so now you watch it and you're like, this is dumb.
Yeah. I still can't watch Chucky. I can't.
Oh, Child's Play.
Yeah, I can't watch.
Dude,
Yeah,
I laugh at that.
Afraid of that.
That's
Because
just
I didn't
hilarious.
I didn't like dolls growing up. I just and then it was a doll killing people, and I was like 5. I ran into it on accident, and I don't know. That's crazy that I still can't watch it, because I should just like watch it. But I'm not.
What's funny is because he's like a serial killer, and he's the shit that he says to the mother, like once he's, you know, he's like, "You dumb bitch," and he sounds like a guy
Right.
from Brooklyn, and
Yeah.
he's just like this
In a
little
doll
redheaded
life.
kid. Oh, it's so funny.
And then I remember how that doll looked. I could see it.
Oh,
still,
yeah.
like, and then the hair and everything. I was like, no. And then the problem is, again, they put a spirit in the doll, so I think that
Mhm.
really did it for me. I was like, dude,
Yeah, because that had literally like voodoo magic in the movie. Yeah, because
all in my neck of the woods. Like,
Yep.
that's okay.
yeah, and GR brings up a good point. It was I know the Poltergeist.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of.
Right.
Because they used it. I don't know if you guys have ever. Justin, had you ever seen
Hell
it?
no.
No. Casey, you ever seen that movie?
The Poltergeist, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It is.
You remember
it's scary.
the water scene where the like skeletons pop up out of the water?
Crazy, yes.
Those are real skeletons.
Stop it.
Those are real life skeletons. Yep.
Yo, I didn't. Oh,
And
man.
that they had issues on set with that movie because of the stuff that they were tapping into and the spiritual stuff. Because that movie technically is not, I wouldn't call it like a horror movie. It's just a scary movie with a lot of ghosts and things like that. Like, because I
Yeah.
don't think anybody, it's been a while since I've seen Poltergeist. I don't really think anybody even dies. I think it's just a bunch of scary shit. Like they're just haunting this
Yeah.
house that they moved into.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
the big clown with all his long arms and stuff, and the tree that
Yeah.
bursts in, like all wild stuff. The kid getting trapped in the TV or whatever, or the
And
other
then-
world.
Remember, they're like, "Come to the light, Caroline."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, Joe. But then everybody, like the sister, she died. Like, they said that movie was cursed because Carol Ann, what was her name? Rourke.
yeah. The little girl girl
Yeah,
that played her.
she. I mean, her story is crazy.
Yeah,
Her
because she
story's like-
died, right?
Yeah, she died. But I think somebody in Hollywood did something to her. But you know,
Yeah, you know, you never know.
we can go
And they'll
on
be like,
from
"Oh, the ghost killed her."
Yeah.
She was at a pizza party. Terrible, but
You're making me laugh loud. Okay. She was at a Silverstein pizza party. All right, let's just go ahead and keep it up. Hello? Did y'all freeze?
oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So, all right, let's get into this Hillary thing. Seriously, there's been like, all right. Did you guys see this clip? Justin, I don't even know if Justin's still on because I know.
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, you here? Okay. So, did you see this clip, Justin, at all?
No, I probably none of the things you're going to talk about. I'm probably
know.
not caught up with.
I know it's all right. But Matt, did you see it?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of earlier, which not surprising, but
Yeah, but these people are serious. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and what is up, Zax? All right, so like there's mad people on the chat. We got Words, we got GR, we got Hypnotic. Everybody came through to hang out, and
what's up, Zax?
I'm so excited too. I'm excited to be here with you guys. All right, so let me put this on, but this might not be the full clip.
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past. And we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen. And how do you very strong?
And so the lady goes on to ask her, like, how do you, what do you plan to do with this formal deprogramming? Like, how do you plan to do that? But I didn't get a chance to hear her answer. So yes, Zach, she said, no. Zach, did she say manga extreme? I'm hollering. Matt, what's up? Tell me how you feel about Hillary. Sadly started crying as soon as she heard that voice. I don't blame Justin's dog because that voice is Hillary's
Well,
voice.
it's funny that she's talking about like criminal activity of all people, in the political spectrum, talking about any type of criminal activity of any kind whatsoever. But no, I mean, this doesn't surprise me, right? This is her forte. She thought she'd beat Trump long ago, so she's still hell bent on it. And I mean, listen, the mask is slipping when they're talking about deprogramming the cult members. I mean, personally, I think that's what they're doing that's a way of them handling the whole J6 stuff, right? They're throwing them in these little broom closets for months on end with no attorney, no court date. Like, yeah, well, we'll deal with you when we deal with you. And that's all a message to everyone else saying, hey, if you even think about questioning anything that we do, this is what the end result is going to be. So yeah, I didn't see any type of response to what she said in regards to that, or follow up with but again, not surprising at all, especially coming from this woman of all. I mean, this is one of the biggest criminals in all of politics of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the famous one? What do the emails matter? What does it matter?
Yeah.
Right?
I know, right? What did you say?
Yeah.
What does it matter? Like,
what does it matter that all these people died at Benghazi?
Yes,
why? Who cares?
Like, they're just deplorables anyway.
Yeah. Didn't matter to me. I was on my couch.
Okay. Isn't it insane? Like, they that's how, so arrogant, just absolutely so arrogant.
And one more thing, and what's funny is this is said, and it's not like the only people making this a big deal are people on Twitter. Other than that, it's just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, that's okay. Imagine if somebody on the other side of the aisle said this about a Biden supporter or Hillary supporter, like, oh, we got to deal with these extremists. It would be nonstop coverage, front page, Trump. They would probably serve Trump a warrant of some kind immediately.
There would definitely be some
arrested.
sexually assault accusations.
Oh, yeah.
Because those always come out. There's a girl who remembers, like,
I just had a revelation.
like, oh, me too. When I was so hyped to let him have sex with me, he might have pounded it just a little too hard, and
Tag me too.
now I was graped. Extraordinary. Yeah, man. But the thing is, when I heard it though, so there's another story. It kind of ties in with another headline that came out that the FBI is like investigating Trump supporters because of the 2024 election. They're afraid that it's going to be so heated, so intense that the extremists might do something. Okay, so now if you're a Trump supporter, the FBI is pretty much like investigating, to make sure. I'm trying to be facetious when I'm trying to act like I'm making sense of it. There's absolutely no sense. It's just, again, an attack on the American people. And that's just it. That's it. And that's all. Like, but the problem is they have the laws in place to do this stuff, So when I hear her say that, I'm not like shaking in my booties all night about it or anything. No, but I know it's coming, something, it's coming.
Well, I personally think that it's just preparation for the future because listen, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but there's no way they're going to let this guy literally run fair and square. Like, there's just no way. I just don't see that happening. And if they do actually let him on the ballot and run somehow, they're going to do exactly what they did last time, and there's going to be a water main break somewhere, and there's going to be some type of pause in the middle of the night, and they're going to have all these flood. And do you think right now, with everything going on, the majority of the people are going to tolerate that again? No. Right. They know that a lot of people are pissed off, and I know mainstream media tries to cover it like that's not the case, but even they can't hide what's going on. A lot of people are waking up. Even a lot of normies are online now paying attention, trying to see that, hey, like there's a lot of people that are understanding what's happening. So they're trying to do all this now and point this stuff out now because it's like we said earlier. If you think about doing what you want to do, we will throw you in a closet forever and no one will ever find you again. And that's what I think all this is. Just kind of like that warning, because I think realistically they're scared. They are scared, it is what it is. There's more of us than them. So
Yeah. So what you think, Justin? Is he there?
Personally, I think like if we're gonna get accused of doing these things anyway, you might as well just actually do the thing. You know?
I mean, yeah.
go down swinging.
Yeah, it's like how much more good could talking about it possibly do? Like we've been talking about it for years and years, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like at some point, there has to be action taken, or we can all just shut up and accept what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But they know, it's coming from people are getting fed up. Let me tell you, the trajectory is already changing. And it's so annoying that people have to get beat down first before they open their eyes. Because in 2020, I was telling people like, yo, do not vote for Joe Biden, right? But the same people who I was saying that to, they didn't want to hear it, These same people today, they want to hear the discussion. My hairstylist, she's like, I'm saying to her, like, she's like, well, why does Trump sound like that when he talks? And I'm like, because he's not a politician. He's not one of them. So that's why he comes off pompous like that. He's not one of them. She's like, oh, I understand. But now, people are just, they're more willing to listen because they're broke. They're broke and they're ready to, they want Trump back. They do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how much worse could it like really get? Like, obviously it can get. Like, I don't mean that in a way. Like, I don't mean that in a way. I'm not trying to tempt fate or anything, but like, how much worse could America stay America, and like, how much worse could it get? Like in terms of like interest rates and like wages and inflation, it's just like it's really fucking bad. Like if you're not awake now, then you never will be. And I think that's another reason why they're so scared, is because it's just undeniable proof everywhere you look that the country is just fucked right now, and it wasn't when Trump was in office.
Yep. And people are waking up, so they know, like Matt said, like this time you can't really cheat the way how y'all did, because there's too many people who are going to be like, no, even I voted for him. You know what I mean? Like they can't do it. Somebody give me a shout out. So yeah, they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't, because I'm telling you, the same women who didn't even want to hear his name are like, so what's going on? Like that, because they're seeing it. And it's like, I hate that you have to have the example first, but here we are.
Well, when you're seeing everybody else do all these horrible, terrible things, right? And then Trump's getting thrown in or indicted for literally the smallest thing in the world. It's hard to ignore that. It's hard for the media to constantly just ram him in the ground about every single little thing. And then we see all of the corrupt nonsense going on. It's just, there's too much, and they can't keep it all under wraps. And I feel like, most of the public is becoming aware. There's still a lot of people that no matter what you say or what you show them, they're never going to wake up. They're not going to wake up until they're literally in a gulag themselves with
Right.
The barrel against their head or something. Like until they get to that point, like, oh, maybe I was wrong then. But till then, they're lost and they'll never be. But I think a lot of people are waking up. So,
well, you know what? It's funny. Shout out to Lil Pavayo. Thank you very much for that compliment. So, this kind of actually segues into a little bit of the next topic. Like, it's all the same thing, right? Politics are now, these are not like our parents' politics where you had neocons on one side and socialist Democrats on the other side, but they both loved war. So they were just basically probably arguing about which country they were going to bomb first, right?
Yeah.
So, now the politics is, you have to believe that men can be women and women can be men, like this, it's all like connected it's weird politics. It's more than weird. It's evil politics, So, with what Hillary said, I mean, this is all like, hold on a second. I just want to bring up this person who it's all very weird to me that there are people who are mad at this guy for actually trying to stand up, uh, doing the best that he can. Are you guys still there? All right, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're here.
Here we go.
And when it comes to how those raise money, I take no lecture on asking patriotic Americans to weigh in and contribute to this fight from those who would grovel and bend knee for the lobbyists and special interests who own our leadership, who have, boo all you want, who have hollowed out this town and have borrowed against the future of our future generations. I'll be happy to fund my political operation through the work of hardworking Americans, $10 and $20 and $30 at a time. And you all keep showing up at the lobbyist fundraisers and see how that goes for you. I reserve.
Shout out to Matt Gaetz. Before I say my piece, what do y'all think about what he just said?
Justin, you want to go first?
What I think about what he just said. I mean, there's nothing really to like. It's like an obvious truth what he said. Like, I don't really have anything to add.
So here's the backstory, because I know you've been definitely like focused on your grind and everything. So you probably don't know that Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy was kicked out of this, being Speaker of the House because of Matt Gaetz. Like Matt Gaetz had him kicked out.
Yeah, I was caught up on that. Yeah.
So you were caught up on that. Yeah. So okay. So Matt, what did you think?
Oh, I 100% agree. And I know there's a lot of people out there that I saw, which not surprising, but are mad at Matt Gaetz for kicking out McCarthy, or is that his name, right?
Yeah, McCarthy. Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, that guy is the same thing as a Democrat, just a different label, right? I mean, he's been doing the same back deal, shady stuff. So I'm all about Gaetz. I agree. The lobbyist stuff, that's the whole problem with our political system as it is they're all bought and paid for by these pharmaceutical companies and corporate industries of everything. Like, it's just, they're all bought and paid for. They're stooges, right? They're puppets. And because they are slaves to money. So they're going to do, look at Feinstein, right? Like, that woman, they finally admitted that she's dead, even though I think she's been dead for like a week in a tub with ice on her.
Bringing her into,
yeah. But look at like the million, like her estate, right? She has like a private plane. She's like a millionaire. It's like, wait, that doesn't make sense that you're making all that money off of your quote unquote salary. And it's all because of, we know what they're doing, the money laundering that's going on with that shady country over there in Europe, right? With that little dwarf running it. All that stuff. And that's why, because all these people are paid for, these people are rotten to the core, most of them. And if you call them out, like, I'm surprised Matt Gaetz is still even walking around, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
For now.
I'm saying the same thing, because there are people who are like, oh, Matt Gaetz he's just doing this for attention. I'm like, no, guys. He's putting his life at risk. So we're going to speak to truth here, all right? But we're going to use code words and people are going to understand what I'm talking about, okay? When he says special interest groups, I hear him loud and clear, and lobbyists. He's talking about Jamaican special interest groups. And you know that I'm not saying Jamaican, just think about it, okay? Like the ADL and others, right? So this is how you see that comment that just came through, like Lil Pop was saying, hey, Casey, I just want to say congratulations on getting a chance to speak with Nick. And thank you. Yeah, like I was hyped to talk to him. People, when I say people are fed up. People want to know, why is it that in such a developed country, we can't get what we need as American citizens, but everybody else can, that are not American citizens? Or what is going on? How come they can't think a certain thing? How come they can't say a certain thing? And on Twitter, there's been this ban, I'm going to call it the JDL, or, just to kind of, because this is YouTube, but that's been, they stopped letting it trend, but it's still trending. And there's been a lot of spaces on this because these NGOs, these, there's, we know it's not all, provide your own, not alls. Okay. But people are speaking in reality now. The space that I was on with where Nick was on it, it was a diverse space. It wasn't like they'll call it white nationalist space. No, Muslims, black folk, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody was on there, like, what's going on? You know, what is going on? It cannot be that this group, again, provide your own not alls. If you know that you're not part of the problem, then you don't need to worry about it. But it can't be that this group of people keep turning the neck of really society in the world. And let's just keep it real.
Nope.
And that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And like you said, it's that's the whole thing, right? They label everything a white supremacist, right? Because that's the biggest thing to do. That's the worst thing you could be called. Well, it used to be. So that's why they label everybody that. But now it's so played out, and we see that in the pop culture spectrum that, you know, if you disagree with anything anymore for about, you know, whatever, if you have a problem with something, a race swap or whatever, you're automatically an ist or phobe or whatever the case may be. So no one cares anymore. At this point, it's like, yeah, well, call me whatever you want. I mean, we're literally funding the Yahtzees that they're talking about over there in that little shitty country in Europe anyway. Right. So, you know, and people are waking up to this stuff. So, it you know, at the end of the day, yes, the fact that he's speaking out about this, and that was the big deal about Trump, is because Trump would call out all their dirty little secrets that he wasn't part of the show. And that's why I don't really understand. I'm not saying Trump's the greatest, but because he's not part of the program, he's not part of the plan, and the fact that he's calling all this stuff out, that's why they hate him so much. And that's why Trump is the reason why the threads of everything has come off. And now that they're pushing so hard, if you notice now, like this control, excuse me, the control over the internet. Like they are wanting to crack down on internet control and what we say, even more so than they've been. Like YouTube's really bad, Twitter used to be bad, but they want like a complete eventual wipe of the internet because we see what Canada's doing. Did you see that new law and bill that they passed over there?
They centralized the media, right?
Yeah, they're going to start like certain podcasts you won't have access to, certain YouTube things you won't have access to over there because they deem it, you know, not worthy for them to. It's Russian misinformation, Putin misinformation. So that's the new thing. And, you know, we have that Klaus Schwab guy who is not an elected leader. He's not anything to any of us, but yet he has control over all of us somehow. Right? That there's something wrong there, that this evil villain has a say in our life. But, you know.
Yeah, there's also like, you know, talking about them boys. There's been so much evidence of them having a hand in so many like catastrophes and terrorist attacks and stuff like that that have happened in the US. I mean, you gotta not only give credit to people like Nick, but to the people who basically sacrificed their platform, Nick, like Sneeko and Fresh and Fit. Like so many more people woke up to everything that's happening with that group of people whenever Nick went on Fresh and Fit. And Fresh and Fit completely lost their monetization because of that. And
I know.
I mean,
he did bring them up too. And he said he liked them. He's like, he understood that he couldn't keep going on there or whatever. You know, and as far as them boys, that's all of that we were talking about on that space, that Twitter space. And the person who held the Twitter space, I mean, because everybody knows it's not like this big secret. His name is Suleiman Ahmed, a Muslim, right? And, you know, for all the whole niggas are racist, like I'm telling you, it was like everybody was there. And the minute, so when he was holding this, and that voice, first of all, let me just tell you, as soon as you hear it, I'm like, hey, wait a second.
I know that voice.
Yeah. Like this is who's, and then, you know, because he goes, you know, the facts start rolling out, right? And Suleiman gave him that platform, and he knows, he's like, you know, I'm not gonna have this thing, this you know, this account too long. Basically, they're gonna end that account soon. But as we were having that space, they said that a lot of Suleiman told us that like a lot of DeSantis supporters apparently were like reporting Suleiman, like he needs to be, you know, off of Twitter for allowing this person to talk. It's insane. Like, why don't y'all want to do this stuff? Huh?
They wouldn't do that for one. He's not. In my opinion, I don't think he's racist. For two, I don't really think he's like he hates all of them boys. He just points out the obvious facts about him, but the fact that he's like so banned and everybody who platforms him is so banned, and everybody who talks about the same things is so banned. And you could probably say, like, I'm not saying this, I'm just saying you could probably say things like bring back slavery and mean it and not get that banned.
Yeah.
That should prove to you that he's telling the truth. That
Right.
at least there's some truth to it, at the very least.
Thank you for saying smash that like button. Thank you. Yes, guys, please smash the like button. It gets the it gets the stream out to everybody. But yeah, man, like yo, like it is and the people who hate him, they're obsessed with him in a different way. Like it's weird, yo. Like because people like one of them boys came up and was like, oh, that's why you're homosexual. You're homosexual. And I'm like, I'm like, what is this? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, the guy who constantly preaches like Catholicism is homosexual.
Right. And why is he homosexual? Because he's a virgin? Like, I mean, like, I was like, that's just such a weak blow. Like, they get worked up. And I'm like, why are you that worked up? But it's because you can't deny the facts.
Yeah.
Facts hurt a lot of people's feelings, and they don't like being wrong. And I don't, honestly, like I said, if people are not willing to open their eyes to everything and pay attention to everything, then to me, they're like that controlled opposition type of stuff, right? They're saying what you want to hear, but to a point, right? And that's why I use Candace Owens as my prime example. Like, yeah, she says what everyone wants to hear to a point. And then she stops because it's like, oh, if I go past that line, my paycheck's gonna stop. So I'm gonna say what you want me to say so we can gain the audience that we're looking for. But I don't really, and we've seen too where people have come out and said things like, for example, Dave Rubin, I'll use him, where has apparently said things backstage like, I don't really believe half this shit. I just say it because it's
what?
Oh yeah. I forgot who it was that was on his show that they were friends at one point, and then they started to get into a Twitter beef. It was only like a couple weeks ago, maybe. But they said, yeah, that he's pretty. I mean, think about it.
And I'm not shocked. I know, but
Yeah,
I just
he's
know that
gay
there was
man,
like,
like bought his kid offline. Yeah. I mean, it's does that really surprise anyone?
And his disloyalty to Trump. And the reason why I say that, and I usually try not to use those words, used to go to Mar-a-Lago and like eat dinner there, and you used to be so hyped telling the story and everything. And then now, it's like, oh, Trump is the worst guy. And I'm like, you ate his food. Like
the overlords told him to change up what you're saying. It's like, hey, we can't push him anymore. Like he actually has a chance at running now. Like when he was in office, fine. But now that he's out and we don't want him back in, you can't support him anymore. And he's like, all right, cool. I'll just whatever you want me to do.
Yep. Excuse me. It's just so with Matt Gaetz doing this, and then because they were like, oh, you're bringing chaos. You're bringing chaos to the to the Capitol. He's like, you guys talking about chaos? What I'm doing? This is nothing. He was like, look at the inflation, and then he quickly said, we're going to war. And then fast, he was like, the de-dollarization. I said, yeah, I heard that we're going to war thing. I know these people will wage a war with Russia just to mess up the 2024 election. I know they will.
Well, I think it's not only that, but I think there is so much to hide over there and what's going on. Because, obviously the Ukraine is not completely under Russian control. So if they don't protect their assets over there and the shady shit that they've been doing, and Russia finds that stuff out and exposes them, they're all like, they'll hang. It's like, the stuff that I hear coming out of there that they already have found has apparently been very bad. Now, again, I don't know if it's true or not, just stuff that you hear. Yeah, I don't like and that's the thing. The people like that they've interviewed that they said who it's coming from. It's not like politicians. It's talking about like people on the ground. They're like, yeah, we see these basically like human factories, these human producing factories and organ stuff. And I don't go to, what I'm talking about. But so like why? And this guy shook up. Like you could see like the shell shock on his face from the like. Why would he why would that be falsified? I mean, you never know. It's 2023. You can't believe anything. But I don't know. I just, if they're pushing this hard and we're sending all this money over there and all this, there's a reason that they do not want this to be given up. And this has not been like something new. we've had investments into Ukraine for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the fact that now it's kind of dancing on that thin line of being exposed, and they are willing to throw troops at it. They are willing to go to World War III to defend it. There's something there's a reason why. So
yeah. Willing to throw troops at it, because I think what did they say? The UK sending troops over there or something
Yeah.
like that. So who do you think is coming after? When they say to the last Ukrainian, that doesn't mean like, all right, to the last Ukrainian, and then we just be like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Like, no, to the last Ukrainian until we run out of those, and then we send Americans.
well, we've already heard too that there were U.S. military advisors over there already. They weren't like, but they're like in apparently some trucks and whatnot and advising these people how to do things, but they're so poorly trained and half-assed. It's, like monkeys fucking a football. So, and if you see those videos online and them just it's horrible videos, but these people are just getting absolutely annihilated. It's terrible. But yeah, I think eventually it's going to lead to, like you said, boots on the ground. And at that point, how do they defend that to the American people?
Right.
So that's the only reason why I don't think it's happened yet.
They're holding out until that time, but they'll do a false flag.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
they'll try to rally the people behind and say, yeah.
We'll get the Jamaicans to help us do the false flag too, and look for weapons of mass destruction afterwards. And
No, what they'll bomb? Yeah, like you said, they'll bomb like some Midwest city all of a sudden, but it's a Republican state, and be like, "Damn Russians, we gotta go to war with them now."
right, and people, and without question, people will say that, and it's just the same. Man. Sometimes I could get just black pilled enough where I'm like, don't want nothing to do with any of this, but I'm like, you still have to spread the truth,
Yep.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, we all know that this stuff is going to happen, and then it's going to happen, and there's nothing we can do about it, like, other than physically take action, but it's probably not going to happen.
I don't know. I think something physical will happen. I don't know. I've seen a hungry dog, for lack of a better term. When I went to Haiti and I saw what corruption of socialism did to those people, they are violent. And it's not just because, something's wrong with them. Like, no. They've been beat down so long, and I'm not making it.
Yeah, America's pussified though. Like it doesn't. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like that would take so long to get to the point where we actually like rebel seriously. Like if they just said tomorrow, "Hey, we're now a socialist country. Like capitalism no longer exists," and like straight up just like revealed the ultimate plan of the New World Order, 99% of people would just be like, "All right."
Oh, Justin, don't make me feel like you think so. I don't mean like
Dude, they'll just continue playing their video games and sitting inside getting man titties and do nothing.
Well, I think
Playing
within
about Star Wars and shit.
within the military, Ahsoka was the best thing ever. I do think that there are parts within the military that are not on board with what's going on, and I think that would be the first thing, is that you would have the military, and again, all this is just hypothetical thought. I think the military would split, and you would have like against each other in a point, because I think some are completely woke leftists, like Milley, right? But now Milley's gone, so that's a positive. But there are some out there that are not bought into this shit, and if they see our country completely going communist, and they signed up for the Constitution, I already know, like back in the day when I was in, Master Sergeant stuff, like there's no way they would be like, nope, we're not handling this shit.
Right.
We are, so I think that's the biggest thing, is you'd have the more turmoil internally. And honestly, right now, besides everything going across, talking about just stuff in Europe, I think the biggest issue we have right now is all this illegal immigration and invasion that we have going on
soldiers.
here. It is, the blue hats that are coming here are our future police officers, and we're here to collect your guns, sir. We're here to collect your guns.
No, they're gonna use Google Translate. They're gonna use Google Translate.
I know. I was going to say, they're not even going to be able to speak English. They're just going to be like, give gun, or just, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
they
and
don't.
to be honest, you know how Justin was like, I think people will, they won't really, argue it that much or whatever, or fight with it that much. It will be, I hate to say this, but it will be easier if you have a bunch of foreigners trying to collect your guns. Like if I have a bunch of blue hats knocking on my door and they can't speak a lick of English, it's going to be a lot easier for me than a bunch of Americans knocking on the door. I mean, I'm still doing what I got to do, but I'm just saying, you're not even from here.
Right.
Hang on. Let me go get what I got. Just stand right here.
Yeah, I know, right?
It'll be a little bit easier.
Right. Like, but that's why I said I was having this conversation. But I don't know, Justin. People are breaking up. I was having this conversation at work. We were talking about this at work, and I was like, like in less than 2 years, you're gonna be arrested by somebody who does not speak English, straight up and down. Like, and that is insane to me. In every like you're not gonna sit here and have this broken English and try to tell me I'm under arrest. Like, that is gonna make me want to fight. Like, what do you mean? Who are you? Like.
Now what the crazy part is, and again, I don't mean this in a negative way, but if you ever pay attention to like European countries and stuff, I'm not saying they're all like weak or anything like that, but they're not the greatest fighters in the world. Like if you ever see them in combat situations and stuff, they're usually not like, you know what I mean? Like they're violent people, but normally, yeah, when they have a hammer and there's a bunch of women around, then they're very, but if you are of equal stature going back at them, they tend to run and things of that nature, or they know for a fact like, oh, I'm the only one armed, and then they're very, but here, can you imagine that happening like south side of Chicago?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like imagine that, like imagine migrants going there and trying to cause trouble in the hood. Like nope. They will be Swiss cheese in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like,
and then they'll be pissed off because they go to rob them and there's nothing. They got nothing on them to even rob. So, I mean, it's just, so I just, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. But I don't know. I like, again, back to Gates. It's not that I think he's like, some hero. But I think that he ran into something like, and he was like, this can't happen. I don't know that he stopped anything from happening, but maybe he pushed back a little bit. But something scared him, I have to say, because he really did. I didn't think he was going to do it. Like he was saying, like, McCarthy got to go to the. I was like, oh God, he's going to talk trash and then keep it moving. He's not going to really do it. He's not, and he really like put in the the motion to have him removed. I was like, like,
I know. I was surprised too. I was like, yeah, they always say this and that would never happen. Then I saw it as like, holy shit, okay. And now they're saying potentially Trump might be speaker. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I don't like when they do that. They give me, don't excite me. Like y'all not gonna do it.
But would that even be a good thing? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the only thing is if he would be third in command if he was president. If something happened to the laughing jackal Kamala Harris and robot Biden, if anything happened to them two, he's next in line. But I don't know. I think. Did you ever see the video of Tucker Carlson talking with what's his name? He was Adam Carolla. It was a little snippet.
I saw a little bit of it, but are you about to
basically what's the next steps of them handling and dealing with Trump? And he said there's only one conclusion. Did you hear?
Do you have this? Do you have the clip though?
I think I still have it bookmarked. But basically, he was on with Adam Carolla. He has his own podcast, and they were talking about like the only possible conclusion that they have of dealing with Trump right now is basically JFK style. They're like, there's no other way of dealing with him because everything they're throwing at him is failing at a horrible rate. So it's like, imagine, and that's another thing. Imagine them putting him as Speaker of the House. Now he's even closer to getting back, and they would lose the. I don't know. I just think like that would be.
I would love it. I mean, why not? Like, shake it up, man. Burn it all down. Like, do something.
Yeah, I just don't want the guy to get clipped. That's all.
I mean,
never. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me see if I still.
What's crazy is Trump's gonna have to hire like. Like private security to protect him from the Secret Service.
Yep. Yeah.
We live in a wild world, dude.
As a matter of fact, and there's this article too. I'm telling you, man. Like these spaces may not be. It is what it is, man. Like I'm sorry, man. But like when your eyes are open to a lot of the BS, I can't lie anymore and pretend like I don't see what's going on. Just to not make people feel bad. Like it's just I'm tired of it, and that's again what we were talking about on that space with people are, like Nick said, he was like, people don't want to hear this watered down truth anymore. People are like ready for, oh, I see it. All right, bet. People want to hear the real truth. They want to get to the meat and potatoes of stuff, So,
Mhm.
and it just again goes back to the same thing. All right, let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me just pause it for a sec. All right.
What's up, Morgan?
Fuck, I almost hit end stream. That would have been crazy.
That would have been, yeah. Pull up that and delete.
Hold on. Let me hold on. I'll share it to this tab instead. I'm being slow. All right, y'all there? All right, I'm about to turn it on.
The future holds. Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to let Trump be president?
No, of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back, then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times, and every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him. I mean, they're putting him on trial in March of next year in the J6 case, which basically consists of trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life for complaining about the last election. That's literally what it is. Again, if this were happening in Moldova, the State Department would issue an all-hands-on-deck order to let the world know this is not a legitimate government. And yet our government is doing it. It's like it's hard to overstate how bad this is. And I don't know where it's going, but there's a collision that's clearly imminent. And by the way, the president is senile in a way that's impossible to deny. Biden's not running the government, so like, I don't know, man. I've never been this worried about anything as I am about where this is going.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. I remember Alex Jones said that like a year ago. And he was like talking about how all the other billionaires have been dying in plane crashes. Yeah. I was like, dude, I think Trump's going to be coming up soon.
Well, I think it's very impactful that you have someone like Tucker Carlson saying it out loud. A lot of us have all been saying this for years. Like they'll clip him one day. But now he is saying this on a podcast, recorded, not like with his buddy, and just openly, they're probably going to do it. Like, that's huge. And we all know it. It's just when you finally hear it from somebody so, prominent in the news and in the world of social media and stuff, it's like, wow, okay, well, at least everyone else, they understand this, and the fact that we all understand that like he said, permanent Washington will just get rid of him. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like that fun that you ever seen that meme about that show where like they're dressed up as Yahtzees? It's like a skit from like 1940s apparently, and they're like, oh, maybe we're the baddies. It's like that's kind of like the realization, like, yeah, maybe we're the bad guys of the world, like. All the countries that we've destroyed for no reason, like Iraq and everything else. So that's crazy.
It is. And Tucker's asked Trump that question, like, do you, because that thought is like on Tucker's mind. And I remember he asked Trump that question, like, well, do you think they're just going to end you? Like, do you think? And Trump was like, these people are crazy, and but they indicted me 3 times, and then my polls, they went higher. He danced around the question. He asked him again. He danced around the question. He didn't answer the question. I was waiting for the answer, and he did not answer the question. I think he knows that they will try to or whatever, but I think that he also knew, like, he couldn't be like, yeah, they're gonna try to get me, because I think he realizes how many people follow him, and there are some people, though, for real, like real talk, people like in the mountains or something. I think they'll, I think he knows that somebody would be like, well, then we got to stop them first, and he doesn't want to deploy that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or they could even false flag that just because he agreed. It's crazy. Like, I can't even believe the magnitude of, but it's true. They don't want him back in there. And we got to keep going back to who's they, because there is a they, and they don't want him back in there. They don't. Chip Roy, I had some respect for him for 2 seconds until he started acting. Matter of fact, let me see if I could find the clip. Maybe Matt, if you could.
I think I know you're talking about, because he always sounded like he was on point, because he talked very harshly about immigration and children coming across the border and being unaccounted for. And I was like, all right, cool. He sounds like a politician, that he sounds like he's legit. Like he's on. And then didn't he just come out and say some crazy shit about Trump too? And it's like, oh,
yeah,
fuck, here's another one.
Yeah. And I think he got the phone call.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
like,
who was it? Hey, who was it that their daughter's boyfriend got killed in a car accident? You remember who I'm talking? It was some politician. It was, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's a conspiratorial thing, as they all say.
Right.
But it was like their daughters, they were completely against something, but then the daughter's boyfriend died in like a horror, like their car exploded, like in a car, like it was a car wreck, but their car like blew up. It wasn't that long ago. I'm gonna have to look.
That's just what cars do. They just blow. Like
EVs, yeah. Some of those do.
I know.
But at least we're going green.
I know. All for the good. I think that I bring it up. So while you look for that, here's Chip Roy. I hope this is the whole thing, because he really lost his mind.
Some of our brothers and sisters, particularly in the MAGA camp, I think, particularly enjoy the circular firing squad. You want to come at me and call me a rhino? You can kiss my ass. Look, I've spent a lifetime fighting for limited government conservatism. I have laid it all on the line. I've not seen my family but for 2 days in the last 30 days. You go around talking your big game and you thumping your chest on Twitter. Yeah, come to my office and come have a debate, mother. You know why? Because I'm standing up for this country every single day. And Steve, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to go to a nunnery. Because God damn it, there were people who are buried over in Normandy who deserve us to stand up for what they fought for. So that's what I'm going to do. And all of you fuckers out there who are out there saying what you're saying out on social media, you stick it. I'm going to go down to the floor and do my job, and I'm going to stand up for the people who fought for this country. And I'm going to do it the way I think is right for the people that I represent. That's what I think. What happened to a country where we can't even have order?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You want to know what Ron DeSantis should be talking about as being the governor who can restore order as president of the United States.
They cut this off, man, because there's a part where he's like, oh, just because this some guy's been indicted 12 times, you act like he made a little remark about that. Like it's not that deep. Almost like, y'all acting like y'all in a cult. Just because somebody's been indicted 12 times. And then he goes into this, he's going into this thing about how DeSantis is the one who can bring back the country and save the country.
Yeah, he's the one that could fill his pockets the most.
Oh, right. Like
the daughter's boyfriend, it was the governor of Georgia's governor, Brian Kemp. And it happened back in 2020. Okay. Remember when he was under with all this stuff going on in Georgia with the fraud and all that, and they were looking into it, and he was going to potentially, remember he was holding out, I don't remember exactly what it was.
I know exactly what you're talking, yeah.
But when all that stuff happened, then this boyfriend died of some horrible car wreck, and that the conspiracy theories. I can send you this article I found, but there's a ton of articles on it. But he like all kinds of conspiracy theories came out about the death of it, and it's just kind of ironic how all these things happen, but
It would make sense because then he started like switching up on Trump, like like he switched up. He did,
mhm.
Just like this one. Look how he's talking to people. You come on, you mother. Like, what are you talking about? First of all, you sound lame. Like, why do
He
you
scripted this for sure. You could tell. He wrote that out and rehearsed it in the mirror.
and still fucked it up? Sorry. Like just and then but the longer version is even so much more annoying, and I can't find it because he goes into Ron DeSantis is a stand-up guy. He can clean up the country. He can make the country better again. And I'm like, what does Matt Gaetz removing McCarthy from the speaker seat have to do with Ron DeSantis or even Trump? Because at that time nobody was talking about Trump going to be the speaker or whatever. I'm like, why is he bringing these two people up? Why are these people so worked up over Matt Gaetz that they writing scripts and and like they can't?
Do you remember that video of Matt Gaetz when he was protesting the vote on the speaker McCarthy, and that one guy like went to go at him, and they had to like pull him back because he was going to try to fight him? It's like these people are so bought and paid for, and they have a plan, and if you disrupt their plan in any way, shape, or form, it's that. It's wild to me. That's why I don't trust any of them. That's why even what's his name? Who did Trump? A GR said it earlier that Trump nominated one of them for speaker. Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan, I know, right?
Which I like Jim Jordan, but then I've also heard a lot of shady things about him and how he's kind of they have stuff over his head, and it's wild.
There's only one person they can't buy.
Yeah,
there's only one.
So. It's a what did George Carlin always used to say? It's a big club and we're not in it,
And he's not either.
Yeah. Or none of us are. No.
Right. But even they hobnobbed with him, before presidency, like they drank wine with him and got drunk and did whatever, but soon as he became president, it was like, oh no, you can't come here. And he did. So
I've seen all the crazy things now that they're saying, because they're saying there's no way that Biden's going to be on the ticket for the Dems. Like, there's just no way. And the options were obviously that idiot out of California, the governor there. I can't think of his name. Yeah,
Gavin Newsom. Yeah,
Newsom. Then Mike Obama. They're thinking of Mike, Big Mike running. And then I did hear recently, and it wasn't even a joke, it was legit, that they're talking about maybe Oprah Winfrey.
No, okay.
Because she has a lot of political ties, and she's so well liked against like liberal white women, basically. That she might actually consider running.
I think, how they'd be like, oh, I'll leave the country. I would not want to live here. Oprah, I'd be like, oh man, forget it, man. I'll just play too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I wouldn't matter. But that's
talking about turning the country communist, dude. Oprah would be the perfect one.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. But that's the thing. It doesn't even matter who's in charge anymore. They're all just playing by. They have a script, and it's like, read this script. Just read this. Go to the podium, say this, and walk away. We're telling you what to do.
Yeah. And I mean, just real quick, just want to share this little headline.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the dog thing, but I just want to share this headline and to show you why, like, this guy cannot be controlled. Trump wanted to condition aid to Israel on peace deal with Palestinians, new book claims. And I believe it. The former U.S. president expressed annoyance when told he couldn't leverage U.S. military aid to Israel to encourage Netanyahu to broker a peace deal with Palestinians. And then it says conditioning U.S. aid to Israel is a non-starter for many Republicans and Democrats who require ironclad guarantee for U.S.-Israel alliance. But the former President Donald Trump, fresh off a trip to Israel in 2017, expressed annoyance when he couldn't leverage the U.S. Military aid. I was told there's no connection. And then he was like, I guess with the aid and then he was like, no connection, like with the money and everything and how to get them to do what basically he was telling them to do. But so this is coming out of Haaretz, and this is supposed to, destroy Donald Trump. And Trump's inquiry about conditioning the annual 3.8 billion in U.S. assistance to Israel annual. So he was trying to hold it off, like, yo, you need to like figure out what's going on with Palestine and everything. Like, let's get some peace. So I'm gonna broker this deal. Like, I'm gonna hold back the money, and you need to really we need to really sit down and figure something out. And everybody must have came from him and told him, like, no, you can't do that. Haaretz writes, and Haaretz writes this, like, see how much of a bad guy he is. And I'm over here like, boy, you just made it even better for me. I'm like, okay. Like,
yeah, they sat him down like, we don't think you understand how this works. Like, you don't actually do anything. You just look good in that chair. Like, we tell you what to do, and when you do it, you just say, where do I sign? That's
right.
it. That's all yours. And that's why they didn't like Trump, because Trump would push back. But even in office, remember, he had a limit how he pushed back, because there's only so much he can do in office. And that's the thing. That's another thing to think about. Say he does get back in office. Look at how much they limit him. He would have to literally get rid of everybody, but you can't. You can't just with a snap of a finger get rid of all these people, unfortunately. So I don't know. Like, even if he does get it, all right, say that's step one. How do you actually fix anything? Like, how do you it all has to be reset, in my opinion. Like, you have to take all the pieces off, all the chess pieces off, and say, okay, we're starting a new game. We got to start fresh, but there's no way that's possible. The only way you do that is kind of like with some type of militaristic coup. And, it sounds crazy, but that's...
Hey, this is like a lot of Rumble channels that talk about.
I know. I don't want to get in trouble. Just saying.
Oh, my goodness, man. I would love to see it. I'll just tell you that. One thing I know, he was breaking down agencies. He said, when I get back in, everybody, we're going to fix the Department of Education. Fix the Department of Education. He said, when I get back in, I'm getting rid of the Department of Education. He said, I already started doing it in 2020, but COVID happened. So we started the steps, so COVID happened, so I couldn't finish it. He's like, I'm getting rid. I said, you see how he thinks? Y'all talking about fixing the problem. He's like, it's a problem.
I'm nuking it. It's gone. We're starting from scratch.
Okay. And everybody in the room stood up and clapped. Even people who were like, I'm not really a fan. Everybody rose up and started screaming when he said that. And, but we got a situation with Commander, the dog. They said Joe Biden's kicking the dog in the head. So let's watch this video and y'all tell me. And so we're not let me know what you think you see though. Okay. Did y'all see this?
I saw the clip.
I didn't watch it. I've seen it pop up though.
No, you know why I'm going to show this though? Because I actually have the unpopular take to this situation. I would not laugh about a dog getting kicked in the head. I'm going to be very clear. Okay. However, I don't think that's what this was. And y'all know I don't like Joe Biden. I think he almost fell over the dog.
Oh, yeah. I think he was tangled up in the leash and he was trying to get the leash out from under his leg.
Right. Wait,
to stop his frequent trips.
No need for that.
He almost fell there.
Yeah, I don't know why they let him hold the dog. He doesn't have any control. And but he's not. Yeah, I think he really took it. They say that he hit the dog.
No.
I think he took an L. To be honest, I think he fell over too. I think
because the dog kind of pulls left.
Yeah, you see how? You see. He fell again.
Yeah, so, I don't think that was animal. And the guy again, and for them to even have that dog apparently has bit like 10 fucking people. Right. So why would you have this dog around him anyway? They need to rehome him and just get a dog that looks similar, that's calmer, that they've trained. I don't understand. I just don't get it. But
that dog was And that dog, it's Joe Biden is not good on his feet, and you can tell the dog's like yanking him around. I'm like, yo, like, don't they understand they have a fall risk on their hand? They don't understand they have a nursing home patient. Stop trying to get the photo ops, y'all. He can't do this. He can't even walk a dog.
Yeah, I mean, most 80. How old is he? 80 what?
80?
Is he 80 even? It's something like that. But still, like, I know 80-year-olds, and they're not,
Right.
they're not walking dogs. You're lucky they're getting dressed. So there some are, but Joe Biden, we clearly see how he can't walk off a stage without smashing his head onto the floor.
Right.
So,
It's just,
and Jill's back there doing God knows what.
she's tired. She's like, God.
Yeah. Waking up from a bender. Man, that 8-ball's really taking a toll.
Okay. Like,
Thanks, Hunter.
And then I want to share this last clip. Like, I'm gonna share this last clip. I'm not gonna try to like stay on too long or whatever, but and then you guys can say like anything else you want to say. But if you want to actually pick up the like just talk about something, because the clip I'm looking for is gonna take me a little second to find.
Oh, that's fine. While we're waiting, it's off topic, but did you see the terrible deletion of that liberal in New York? Was it New York City, where him and his girlfriend were hanging out, and they were all basically Antifa people, and that guy's, you know what happened.
Yeah, I've seen everybody talking about it, but I'm kind of tired of watching murder on Twitter, so I don't watch the clip.
Yeah, they don't show like the act. They show like the original altercation of it, but then when it gets to that point, they cut it, and then it's just kind of like a blurred image of him on the ground.
Okay.
It's a terrible thing. There's a lot of people making fun of him about it, which I understand that they're making fun of him because the guy has in the past tweets have shown up that he's made fun of politicians who've been injured or died, Republicans and stuff, and he's wished death on them. So he's basically was like an Antifa kind of all cops are bastards or whatever type of person. So when he, that's like karma, of course, but it's pretty terrible. I don't know. The main point of why I'm bringing this up is, did you see the GoFundMe that they started?
Yeah. She got how much?
They started a GoFundMe for his death, right? They made over $60K. But the point of the GoFundMe was not to fund the funeral in any way. It was not even for the family. It was for them to take off and grieve from work, basically to go on vacation because their friend got stabbed to death in Brooklyn, which, mind you, they're in like Bed-Stuy at 4 a.m. Like, listen, I've been gone from New York for like 10 years now, right? I still have family there. I know still areas you don't go at a certain area, like time of night. Right. Back in the day, even when cops were thumping you over the head, do not go if you're white to Bed-Stuy at 4 a.m. at all.
Don't go at all, period.
No, don't go at all. Don't wait for the bus. Don't do nothing. Just don't even go there. You have no business being there. So.
Right. And they said that the young lady, I didn't watch the clip because it's just so much ticker tape, but they said the young lady was very weird in her reaction to it. Like she didn't get freaked out or get scared or anything.
She just watched it happen.
Yeah. And I said, I made a comment. I was like, I understand. And she didn't give the description of the black guy who did it. That's the other thing. Like, she didn't give the description. Like, she refused to give the description. So I know everybody's gonna look at it first on a political thing. Like, oh, you see, like that's how they just trying to protect the black criminal and everything. And I'm like, I hear that, right? But I want to go at it from a different perspective. I was like, what if this was a setup? Like, what if that was her boo? Like, all right, yeah, we're just gonna snuff this guy out, and then everybody
believe it or not, funny you say that, because there's actually a little bit of the video prior to that guy walking past, and it looks like the guy and the girlfriend are kind of in an argument. He looked like he was like crying and in tears, and because he was like rubbing his eyes because he had glasses on, you could see he was kind of under his eyes and stuff. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. They found the kid though. I think he was like 18 or something.
Oh, they did find.
but,
Okay, because
yeah, he's been
yeah.
arrested now. He said he didn't mean to do it.
Oh, okay.
So,
he just
Yeah,
whoopsies.
just having a bad day. And
I didn't mean to do it. I just, I thought I was dreaming. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
even, like, what? Oh my God, New York is so sad what's happened to New York.
oh yeah.
And when I said that, this person on Twitter got mad, like, how could you say that about a woman who just lost her boyfriend or whatever? And I was like, because women are evil and they are capable of manipulating, and like, I don't put anything past a woman at all.
Based on just watching her video and like how her reaction was, she let it happen. And then when he was like taking his final breath, she was just kind of like looking at him. She wasn't like like nothing of no. Oh, I should maybe apply pressure. I should do anything that just kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to get my dress bloody. So you shouldn't have fell over that bench, sir.
Right.
So,
And I mean,
I don't know.
And then but then the person got mad at me, and I'm like, there's this new thing of like, oh, that's how I know. That's how people grieve differently. People grieve. Yeah, I know this new way in medicine and psychology, but that's not true. I'm not saying that you're gonna get right into the blood, but the reaction is gonna be of hysteria or not. There's gonna be a jolt reaction. You're not supposed to be used to seeing things like that. Like it shouldn't be where you're just staring at somebody bleed out or whatever. Even if you ran away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to be there giving first aid, but even if you ran away, you didn't do any of that.
Well, and the fact that she wouldn't even comply with the police. That's the thing. It's like, I get whatever your political stance is and what you're standing for, whatever, but someone literally just murdered your boyfriend in front of you. Could have done that to you or a family member. And well, I don't want to. All cops are bastards. So
right. And so that again, even so she didn't set it up. That's evil, though. That's evil. Like, all that should be out the window. This person's gone now.
As we said earlier, karma sucks. And yeah.
Well, I just wanted to show you guys this performance that really got on my nerves this week, and women already get on my nerves, but a black woman gets on my nerves in a very special way. So just guard your ears. It's going to be annoying.
Is there going to be chicken necking?
Like
you already did. It already did. We're not even a second in, and I already heard
the Candace Owens.
All right.
91 counts pending right now. But I will tell you what the president has been guilty of. He has unfortunately been guilty of loving his child unconditionally, and that is the only evidence that they have brought forward. And honestly, I hope and pray that my parents love me half as much as he loves his child. Until they find some evidence, we need to get back to the people's work, which means keeping this government open so that people don't go hungry in the streets of the United States. And I will yield on because he's
such a
imagine having a hard day at work. You deal with all the idiots at work, and you come home and you hear that. You're just like, oh, for the love of God.
First of all, I'm laughing at you and Justin at the same time. Just period. And don't you feel like why didn't she just add the cherry to the pie of that performance? I mean, imagine having after when her husband or whatever gets home from work or like something wasn't done earlier, it's a whole production, because I'm over here trying to run a country and you can't even put out the chicken like I asked you to because
why's it gotta be chicken?
What'd you say?
Why's it gotta be chicken?
Yeah, what if it was a meatloaf? Come on.
I don't know. I just go there. I don't know why I just go there. But no, like, can you just as soon as I saw it, I was so irritated, because and then she was going off, like she was showing the full clip is of her showing the pictures of Trump, the papers that they scattered on the floor, and they said there was the national secrets.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I see is national secrets here, and I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, just because you saying it was sass doesn't mean that you make sense. And it's just so annoying. Like, and this is what I say. I'm like, yo, man, Democrats will always release a black woman.
Well, you know, like all her friends told her after that, they were like, "Oh, you go, Queen! You did the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
You're such a
Yep.
boss."
Yeah, yeah.
But that's their argument. It's just I'm just gonna be loud, and if I sound loud and like authoritative, then it doesn't really matter what I say. Then it's correct, you
Right.
know. And that's how they come across. It's just like, okay,
Right. And I will yield. And then she got that big dumb LV on her cardigan. Like, okay, you know, we know that you're getting that special money. You know what I'm saying? And you're buying whatever. She's the product of the underperforming government.
what's up, Copa? Hell yeah.
It's cool. Don't give her any type of like, no, man. This woman is weaponizing her kids, you know, against their father. You know, that's the type of woman like, he's not gonna come. You know, give me more money than they ain't got to see him. That type of
But
woman.
what's crazy is this is the future of our political world, and that these people like her are going to be making decisions for us. And that's where we're just like, okay, well, where's the coup? It needs to happen right
It
now.
does.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather a tranny be in that spot than her. That's big. Coming
Well,
from
they
me.
can't make decisions either, though. I mean,
But at least they say it with less retard and mixed in, you know.
But at
No,
least they have some sort of man brain that
Depending on which, yeah.
true, yeah, true. At least they
Um,
do have a man brain. That's right. It's
just-
ma'am.
Yeah, Copa's cracking me up. He said, Justin mastered the algorithm twice, dropped it, and said, "F it, you can have it back." That sounds like a red line.
I'll be back eventually, but
I would say
I
he's
just-
not. I wouldn't say retired. I would just say on a hiatus and a long vacation.
The people
Yeah, I
want
just-
you back.
I can't rely on YouTube again for money because I'm just gonna get nuked again, and you know, I don't feel like being in that situation again.
I don't blame you. But I would,
Yeah.
if you could, I would still maybe pump out because you were doing like what 3 videos a day.
Yeah, but that's nothing, dude. To be honest, like that took me like 2 hours, 3 hours. Most people work 8 hours a day. Like that's nothing.
Yeah. So it's like even so, if you have time, if you have any free time, you could do a video a day and you could still grow. You
Here's
could
the
still-
problem. I have an extremely obsessive personality.
I know.
I
know you
cannot
do.
focus on 2 things at once. I'm either going to post 3 videos a day on YouTube or I'm going to post 0 and fully focus on something else.
Fair. That makes sense.
I've tried to fight it for the longest time. I've now just embraced it.
Yeah, I mean that is fair. I mean that's understandable.
Well, at least you're putting all your focus into one laser focused thing, and
Yeah.
then that way you're trying to, as besides making it or spreading it out and you know everything growing slowly. It's like F it, I'll just invest into one thing and then roll with it. So it makes
Yep.
sense.
It's worked for me in the past, so I'll keep doing it.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and you could still stream. Hell, I mean, well, here we are.
Yeah, I won't have much to add, but I'll be here to hang out.
No, but you still say something. I mean, it's still fun. I'm so glad y'all came too, because I was like, I don't know.
It's been too long, man. I haven't been able to stream since I got everything set up. So I haven't even done my own streams on my own
Yeah,
channel. So
yeah,
I've
man.
missed streaming in general. And then I loved our Friday chats were fun, man. Those were a blast. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that we are able to do this again and laugh at the world as it burns around us. You know, like Hawaii on a bad day.
Yeah, I was like, I've been working on like a really big project, and like I said, I just finished recording it like before this started, so it worked out. I was actually free tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy the gang was back together tonight. Like I am happy about that. That makes me excited because
I know.
I was like, I'm gonna rock out. But when I looked down and I saw Justin, I was like, yay, somebody's here. I was like, oh, double gang. I was like, yay. Oh man, because you know, I mean, I could talk, but it's just more fun with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always great. I like streaming, you know, by myself, but then sometimes it's always fun just to have someone to bounce ideas off of and get that conversation roll, you know, because that's just our conversations on our own. it can go spiral down the roads, and we're nothing that we had planned, and then we're on these crazy topics and stuff like that's the Brooklyn stabbing and all that. So or deletion, whatever. Can I even say that word? I don't know anymore.
When I used to stream on my own, the only time it would be fun or like sustainable would be like I would just gather a bunch of things that I haven't seen yet and just react to it all on a stream.
Yeah, I remember you used to do that. Yeah. I used to
Good old days.
Yeah,
The good old days.
Oh, I'm gonna leave y'all though with this. Not I don't know. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about?
I don't have shit.
Haven't really caught up on anything. I don't know. I mean, from the political side, I think we've covered everything. The only thing that I haven't even been staying out on top of the pop culture stuff. I've slightly here and there. I did see that one with the. I saw even Justin commented on that. Oh, I guess we lost him. His internet probably cut out, but where he was commenting on that that one Robin Hood show. I don't know if you saw that. There he is.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. Okay, came back with the logo.
I accidentally clicked on sign in and it kicked me out. I didn't know.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
Well, that was the thing. Justin even commented about this. It was like the worst ratio he'd ever seen. It's that Director X guy. This is talking
I don't
about.
know what the fuck that was, but I
It's
saw him crying.
some series that they've come out with. It's like a race swapped Robin Hood, like ROBYN, and it's Robin Hood, like the original story, but modern day, and it's a black woman fighting against like the police are the bad guys. They're all white. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I didn't even report on it at first. I was like, I don't even care, right? Like, who gives a shit? But then because, the usual suspects made videos on it and everything, the director's been losing his shit. And he's been responding to everybody. And he's like begging to go on heel versus babyface, Yellow Flash, RK Outpost. He's wanting to go on their live streams and debate them and call them racist to their face. And everyone's like, no, like, I'm not going to let you come on here. But
yeah, no, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm
no,
listening.
you're good. You're good.
I think he said something about Hypnotic, and
Yep.
he will try to get him
too.
on if he really wants to come on. And I oh man, that would be. I have to watch your video because I know nothing about this.
I've been watching it a couple days, just kind of keeping track of it because I've seen it. It's been happening, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And it all started with because he said his show was getting review bombed. And he's like, oh, clearly this is review bomb because people where this show hasn't even been shown yet from out of countries are reviewing it. But then like 2 seconds earlier, or like 2 days later, not 2 seconds, 2 days prior, there was someone asking him directly like, hey, I'm international. How can I watch this? And he goes like, just get a VPN. You can watch it from wherever. So he gets called out because, like, dude, you just told someone to watch it, use a VPN to watch it from, like, South America or whatever. You know that people from out of the country are watching this, and everyone fucking hates it. It's terrible. So, yeah, it's just been a shit show.
What are these that you send? Yo,
Dude, have y'all seen that?
Oh, my
It's so
God.
funny.
Yes, I've been seeing these.
Hold on. Let me see. Because you sent another one. Let me see.
Here, I saw this one. This is...
Oh, come on, babe.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Let me see what is the other one. Yo, now you want to roll.
Oh my God.
You got your logo back. Go roll now. Hold on. Pixar.
Dude.
Stop
The Pixar ones
What
are
did they-
hilarious.
What did they type in to get that one, Matt? I want to know.
I have no idea.
Wait a minute. Why is this not showing up?
Dude, that's the best one.
Oh, yeah, you tell me that's the best. I can't. Hold on. And then there's one more.
I'm crying.
Yeah, this one's pretty bad.
No, this one is terrible. Hold on.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No, this one. This the one.
I'm just crying at like what did they type in to get this to?
Like they got the big yo man. Yo, I look
Dude.
at that. Like,
Yeah, like
yeah.
see how the
know.
internet See how the internet could take something that could be really useful and great and fucking turn it into a goddamn troll master.
Okay.
Oh,
Like, look at this. Well, hold on. Look at
the fucking face.
like this is like
Look at the one on the left. Look at he looks like something out of like manga, some fucking demon or something.
Back on Titan.
Yeah.
you got the big one right here. Oh my god.
Oh god, that
I
man.
can't. I'm still leaving it on though because I do think it's funny though. Like, because you know what, they should be mocked and shamed. I don't care. It's just insane. Like,
Well, that was the funny thing about that show is that they're talking about stealing from the rich and robbing everyone, and the Nerdrotics did use the intro song to that show, and he put that video with that that one streamer that was live streaming being like looting a Target.
God,
He put the intro with that, and
Yeah.
the director was so fucking mad, like this is ridiculous,
Yo, forget it. I can't wait till I'm gonna soak up this whole situation because now it sounds funny. Like they're trolling this director. Like,
Well,
and then
they kind of tried to leave him alone afterwards, but he won't stop. Like
he's emotional,
and he's getting ratioed to. He's got over 20,000 followers on Twitter, and he's getting like 3 likes to these posts. And then he's getting like 80 comments, and people are just fucking ripping him apart. It's like, no, dude, the show sucks. It's like CW quality garbage, and no, it just looks cheap. It's trash. Who wants a Black Robin Hood?
Yeah, like
I'm looking at these Pixar memes, dude. They're so bad.
You got another one?
Yeah, it's just another. Wait, I can't send it. It's another.
They're gonna nuke this channel.
What are you putting in Pixar memes in your search? Like, where are you finding them?
I was looking at the replies to the one that you sent.
Oh, okay.
And they had another one of whatever program they're using, but it's AI being racist again.
Are you serious? Somebody said that, bro. Like, they,
No, well, I mean, it straight up is like, just look at it. Look at the one that I just sent.
Oh my god. Yeah.
right? It's Pixar stuff. Like, I can't.
Dude, they're gonna shut off AI for real.
Oh, yeah. I have a. I 100% guarantee that AI is. Did you see the other ones too? It's like they look like from the 1950s. It's like a certain type of art. Oh my god! They have one with a smoke detector.
I saw the smoke detector one.
You saw the smoke detector one?
Golly, like
the ceiling bird.
Yeah. It's, yo, man, that's how I said in my last video. I was like, but whatever.
Holy shit! I'm gonna send. I don't know if you could put this on here, but this one.
No,
is,
we just said it. We put the ball on.
Oh, this one's
here we
funny.
go. Let me see.
Wait till you see this one.
Oh my god!
Channel dead.
And we're dead. Holy fuck, dude!
Yo, what is? Yeah, yep, that's what it is. Yeah, you see the foot soldiers in the back, and the captain like got him again. Oh, absolutely! Like got my foot soldiers. Man. Well, guys, it was good having this channel for about.
Yeah, it was fun being on YouTube with you all.
Oh shoot! Somebody is really having a good time.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god!
You know, it really is. It is a problem when I see a lot of these videos, and they all have the smoke alarm going
That's
off.
so embarrassing.
I'm
really
like, how do you live with that?
You see the Sha'Carri Richardson one, the track girl?
Nah, you
Oh,
sending it?
dude, I'm gonna try to find it. I know Elijah Schaefer replied to it, and he was just like, he time stamped every chirp, and there was like 20 of them.
Come on. Like, but I wouldn't even, me and my best friend noticed that a long time ago. We're like, yo, why would they have the chirping in the background? That's so embarrassing. That's so ghetto. Like, we like, and now, it just, come on, man. Like, put the battery in the thing before you take
Who
it.
was that coach? He passed away, but he was like the start of the manosphere. I can't think of his name, but he
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin
yes.
Samuels. Oh yeah,
Kevin
he was a G.
loved, yeah, he was awesome. There was one video where he called out a woman. He's like, "You don't hear that?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Wait a second." And then he just like, wait. And then it goes off. He's like, "Right there." And she's
I remember
like,
that video.
and she's like, "What are you talking?" Like, she's completely oblivious. Completely oblivious.
I hate that Kevin Samuels is gone because he was
Oh man, he
still
was
like,
a treasure.
you know, like, oh man, he kept it so real, and he was at least the bastion of hope for the Black culture, whatever that is anymore. Women were happy that he died. I was like, y'all are crazy. There's nothing.
Well, yeah.
Don't like somebody. Were you happy that he died? I was brokenhearted. He used to come at these women, and they needed to get came at. They did. They were too entitled, and they thought they deserved like a 6-figure man, and they had chirping in them.
Yeah, because someone checked them on their stuff. He put them in their place and explained, "Wait a second, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
2 children with 2 different baby daddies, and you don't even work, and you think that you're a 10, like, you know, things like that." It's like, come on now, like what?
And he would have, and then I remember there was this one woman tried to talk to him in any old kind of way. He was like, "You don't talk to me like that. You talk to your boyfriend like that.
Yeah.
You don't talk to me like that. All right, so get it straight." She calmed down and she was like, "Okay, you see how women need to be put in their place." Like, I mean, you know, somebody will say that I'm advocating for misogyny, whatever that is. I'm advocating for calming down this insane hysteria that women are bestowing upon this world.
Yeah, it's just reality. I mean, a lot of people are delusional, and you know, there's just a lot of people out there that don't get a reality check. They don't say, "Hey," because no one looks internally anymore. No one holds himself to a standard. It's always everyone else's fault. It's that victim card, right? And that's a lot of people in general. So when you have someone that's openly like wakes them up, and it's like someone didn't, you know, bend to my will and make me feel good about myself,
right?
They can't handle it.
Like,
so.
Just and then he was gone. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, didn't he have like a heart attack or something?
I think he took the jab, and anyway, in like a week. I don't know. Anyway, because the guy was not unhealthy. He took care of himself. You know, because he was an image consultant. You know, so it's just crazy. But he's gone now.
Yeah, it's sad.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Total G.
Oh my God.
We paused. So,
well, I'm finding more memes of like Harry Potter. It's like the AI art, Harry Potter and the Final Solution. It's pretty funny. Here, I'll show you this real quick. AI, man, is a new kind of comedy. Now that people are learning how to use it, I wonder what they're using. It's got to be Mid-Journey.
I don't know nothing about. Oh, hold on. So like this, what is this supposed to be like those okay, the situation, okay,
those places back in the day,
crazy,
yeah,
oh man,
crazy. Yeah, I want to know what the AI is though, and screw with it, because I think it could be useful, especially for thumbnails.
Yeah. People, I do see people use it for thumbnails. Wait, what is the chat saying about? Oh, they cracking up about. Yeah.
But you guys got anything else? Anything for your? I know Justin's semi-retired. Casey, you got anything going on your channel coming up or anything?
So, I've been posting more videos for sure, and I'm really trying to I really do want to get that person on this channel. So I'm hoping that all works out. But I don't want to be all like, yeah, it's going to happen, So, and I'm working on getting other guests too. I know. Oh, General Vague, damn, he says, y'all been streaming for 2 hours and I missed it all. dang. But yeah, just trying to get back to doing that, and then just bringing on more guests. It's funny because you guys know Billboard Chris. I know y'all seen his. I know y'all know who Billboard Chris is.
I'm pretty sure the name doesn't sound familiar.
So he's
but-
the guy who like stands at trans rallies with a billboard on it it says like kids
Oh,
are not
duh.
born in the wrong body, and then they try
Yeah.
to beat him up because he has So I've met him, and I want to try to get him on because he said he would come on the channel. Like, so I want to start setting up these interviews to start
That'd be
talking
cool.
to some people. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're still how much time do you need like to get to that monetization level?
Like still like I think 1,000 hours. Like it's just so retarded. Like I don't understand. Like and then even for super chats, I have like 200 more hours or something like that. But like I think YouTube be playing with my number. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep going there because that's the cope. Like YouTube is doing something to me. Like no, just get on your grind and
Keep
do what you gotta
grinding.
do, you
Well,
know?
too, and if you want, if any Friday streams, if you need, we could do it on your channel too. That way we can get you some hours going, especially like the good 2 hours, and we can all promote it, get people over there, and
Right.
So
Yeah, and my work schedule's been kind of insane, but I'm trying to get it back to a way where like I'm just working the weekends so that I could focus on what I really want to do. So I basically start to slough off the going to work. This medical industry is changing way too fast for my comfort, and I don't want to be a part of it. I just don't.
I was gonna say I can only imagine it's gonna get worse and worse. So
Yeah, it is. It is. Matter of fact, people should stay healthy and stay away from the hospitals. It's going to get worse.
it's
It
a
is.
business. It's not about
Right.
It's not about getting healthy in that industry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but most of the time.
Is Justin, you still there?
Yeah, I am. I'm just
You
the
getting?
dog is going crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I am going to be a little hype and share this real quick before we leave because I was a little hype. Doesn't but about the whole message, Again, this is not an announcement. This is just more of me sharing something.
We did a Twitter space like we did tonight, and we saw a very diverse group, and they're all fed up. There were these Muslims, these pro-Palestine British Muslims, and guys like me and Keith Woods. But there was also this black woman who stopped in, and I'll be going on her show in the future. And a very diverse cast, and all really saying the same thing. Some very heated Catholic mom. That's how she identified herself. And you realize that it is getting intense because we're winning. And that some would say that's contradictory, but of course they're going after everybody. They're crushing everybody. They had to scramble the rabbis for this space
I didn't think
today.
you would say-
Oh,
As the consciousness is rising. You can see it, you hear it in the street, you feel it. It's happening, And so that's just it. We're in it, and it's like every day we take the hill, we loot the hill. It's king of the hill.
Yeah. Basically, he was talking about they had a standoff with Elon. Just to wrap that up real quick. And first of all, the black woman, that was me. So like, but they had a standoff with Elon because they feel like Elon is allowing too much things. You know what things?
oh
on
yeah.
the platform. So Ben Shapiro, everybody. There was like the standoff or whatever. And then and hold on, I'm gonna share this, Justin. So
No, just in the stream with that. It's tradition.
bet. Sure. Hold on. So but yeah, they had a standoff. So yeah, Ben Shapiro, he was leading the standoff, and it was like, all these everybody, like he said, and Elon was trying to be hard at first, like, no, they were like, we think you need to go visit Auschwitz. And Elon was like, I don't think I need to, or something. Like, I didn't listen to the space because I was like, I already know how it went. I already know. They said by the end of the stream, Elon was like, I might be a Jamaican myself. Like, he's like, I think I'm ethnically Jamaican. He's like, And they were like, you know, you should visit the place. And it's like, yeah, I think I'll take a visit. Like, dang, what happens here? You know? But I can't give Elon too much of a hard time because it is what it is. It just simply is what it is. I mean, it's just crazy though. So like that's a lot of what people were talking about. Like, just they basically ganged up on him and told him
he kind of, I mean, we've talked about Elon before and how it seems like a false prophet in some ways, and how, yeah, if you're really an advocate for free speech, then why are you banning, you know, like Alex J, right? Like,
yeah,
all the, like, give them a platform until they quote unquote step out of line. But he knows that even though this free speech platform, it's not true, because at the end of the day, he has to answer to the people that control this app. You know, the Apple Store controls that app. Yeah, and if they don't want certain people on there, they'll get rid of the app, and he's a slave to them too. So I think, you know, it's free speech until it's not, you know?
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy. So yeah, that's what I have going on. So that's my outro. So what about you, Matt and Justin? Let us, you know, where can we find you? Like, but yeah.
Real quick for me, the only thing I'm working on, like I said, I have the rest of my Halloween reviews coming out. I'm going to be doing like 2 a week. So I already have a lot of them pre-recorded, so they'll be coming out. And then now that I'm kind of ahead of the game, I'm going to start doing just my daily videos again on pop culture news, and if there's anything worthy talking about. And then getting back to my streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've slacked off because for a little bit, I just kind of getting used to all this new equipment. I don't know, Justin, you're probably way better. It took me fucking forever to figure this shit. Oh my God. They always say the more expensive stuff you buy, the more headaches you have. Yeah. They're not lying. Holy hell.
It's like the EQ and stuff was messing you up.
Well, I did the Roadmaster Duo is what I got.
Oh, okay.
And it was just getting all the channels configured and how what does what and all the it's, you know, so it was just a pain in the ass at first, and I'm illiterate when it comes to technology. I used to be, and then now, like, you know, because I'm old, I wasn't on top of it. So getting back into it and figuring out, it's like, oh my God, okay. But now I'm good. That's why I said today, like, I hope I sound good, because it's the first time I'm streaming with it all. But now just getting back into the rhythm of things, and then hopefully, my goal is at least 3K subs by January. I think I can manage that, for crying out loud. It's October, so, and I'm almost there. So just keep doing the grind. You know how it is. So
where you at now with the sub number? What is it like?
I mean, and you know how it is. Subs really don't matter at the end of the day.
But it's funny because I met you at like 1 point something, and that's just like, oh, like that's what's up.
I'm at 2.9.
I know that's right.
So
I met Matt when he was at like 100 or something.
Yeah, Justin. Like I said, Justin, and I guess I'm still calling him ABJ. I don't care. Like I said, I always say this. You guys were the ones that first reached out. And I was just making videos. Like, I just started ripping on I don't know what, it had been Star Wars video. And you guys reached out.
I bet I could find, oh, never mind. Channel's deleted. I was going to say, I bet I could find the comment, but nope, it's gone.
Yep. And that's, I don't know. It's even for me, that's disheartening. I was like, dude, that fucking sucks so much.
I know.
But it is what it is.
I know.
I know we're not like gonna like be sad about it, but that was our meeting ground, at least mine. But damn.
Yeah, it's still just it still stings a little bit, you know.
Right.
But
the thing is, like, one of the reasons why I don't really care that much is because I know if I put all my time and energy into my other channel, I could be back there really quick. And, like, bigger. But yeah, it does just suck because like all the old streams are gone, like all the videos are gone. I can't even look back at like when I used to really suck at YouTube. It was always funny to look back at that, and I can't even look back anymore.
Well, that's what sucks about that. It's like if they want to delete your channel from the public eye, fine, but they should still give you access to pull that stuff off.
Right,
you know
like archive it.
And like a lot of it is on Rumble that I switched over, but I had like privated some like Star Wars lore videos and stuff like that. It was always funny to go back and watch those.
Yeah. You got any ideas on any thoughts on current day Star Wars?
Hell no.
I was about to, I'm like, what is he asking?
You gotta be
Oh.
you gotta be a retard to keep watching that shit, dude. Like,
I know, I have not watched anything. I don't care, and I knew like with the whole nonsense going on now, like I'm pretty sure if I hate watched it and reviewed, I could have got a lot of views out of it and probably subscribers. But I'm like, can't do it, man. Can't do it. And then I see like guys like Echo Base, you know, who are
I feel
like,
bad for them because I
I
think
do.
they just truly have an addiction to Star Wars and like they just keep getting bad drugs.
well,
over
I don't
and
know
over.
if you saw that what their latest announcement. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
Coach. But
yeah,
they're
they're
like, we're
thinking about it.
fucking done. Like
Yeah.
we're stripping everything and we're done. And so I don't know.
I've been telling them to do that for the longest time, dude. But I'm glad they finally did it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. You know,
See how long
I
it
think-
lasts. I bet they'll be back for the next show.
Yeah, yeah.
I know how that is, dude. I used to be that person until Kenobi.
Yeah,
dark
I get
times.
it, man. If you love something, it's hard to let it go. But at the same time, too, I feel like if these people legitimately hate you, you know why, and it hurts your soul, don't watch it. So
Yeah, they have not only just ruined like Disney Star Wars. I don't like any Star Wars now, like at all. I see Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, like makes me sick. Dead ass.
Are you serious for real? Like,
Yes. I never thought that could possibly. I was always like, how would that even happen? Like people used to say that all the time, and now I just like, dude, I have like posters and stuff that people sent me from back when I used to make Star Wars videos. I'm just like, I don't even like. The only reason why I keep it is because people sent it to me, and I don't want to be disrespectful.
yeah, well, it just sucks because like you said, same thing. You're just even you get tired of hearing about it all the time, and just and I just don't. I feel like it's grime, you know. It's like I gotta peel it off. Like, ugh, get away from me. Like I don't want anything to do with it. I don't care. I'm not gonna report on it. I don't give a shit about it. I don't care about the fucking rating. Like I just don't care at all. And believe it or not, I know for a fact by doing that, I've lost some subscribers because they like me hate watching it, and that's fine. Like there's some people out there just like people trashing on it, but I just can't do it. I just don't care enough to even give them my 2 cents about it. I don't know. There's something about it.
How could you
disgusts
sit through
me.
that show? I don't.
Or just even talking about it. Just even like, even if you don't watch it and you're talking about the ratings and stuff or what Dave Filoni said, like I just don't fucking care. I just
There's
don't
much
care.
higher ROI activities could be done than that.
Yeah, I would rather make my little Halloween reviews where like 15 people watch, and at least I enjoyed that, and I talked about something that I enjoyed, rather than Ahsoka sucks. Yeah, I know. We all knew that way before it even came out.
Honestly, we could start pre-recording Star Wars reviews. With the Acolyte. Let's start pre-recording. We already know what we're all going to say.
40-year-old women running around with lightsabers calling the Force as female. There you go. Episode 1 complete.
Yeah, you got to post that clip on Twitter, dude.
There's Acolyte, episode 1. Boom, done. There's my review. Episode 2 is fucking female droids or something.
Right.
Or female Chewbacca or Wookiees running around.
Yeah.
Those would be the allegory for trans rights or something.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man, it is just well. I mean, that's how I feel about like Marvel movies. That was my thing for a while, but I don't care.
I don't watch any of that
anything
shit anymore.
Marvel, like, okay. All right, well, and Justin, we know that you are focused on something. But
Yep.
Waiting to hear you again.
Yeah, I'll be back eventually. But
Yeah, so anyone out there listening, if you are in need of so you're technically a YouTube coach, right?
yeah, but I really focus on like online coaches that want to grow their brand on YouTube.
Okay. So anyone out there listening that wants to do that or needs that, then contact Justin and he can assist you. Where can people reach you?
Yeah, you can DM me on Instagram at JSTN does YouTube. I mean,
There
if
you go.
if you wanted to get coaching and you just want to grow your YouTube channel, like I'll do it, but that's just not who I'm targeting. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like that's pretty easy. So like I'll do it still. Not to sound like I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but I feel like it's kind of second nature to me to like just normal YouTube growth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple formula.
Well, and it is interesting too. The more you look at it, like you said, like if you want to come at it like a business, then you have to deal with it like a business. It's very, but the guys that, and here's what at least what I've noticed, and you tell me if I'm wrong, because this is how I'm crap shooting. The guys like Nerdrotics and all them, when they blew up back in the day, because it's not current day, they weren't really looking at it at first like a business. It kind of just happened.
Because there's a flashpoint. You decide, like,
yeah.
okay, I am now just going to trash on all the shows because that's what makes me money now, even if they don't want to. They don't want to make that content. Like, I promise you, they don't. But they just have to. Like that's what makes money, and it's a business. There's nothing wrong with it. That's like people that try to like trash on people that make content that holy shit that they don't want to make for money. Like, why don't you trash on like garbage men for doing a job that they don't want to do for money? Like, it's the same thing. Or like a doctor. Like, there's probably doctors out there that don't love being doctors, but they do it for money.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing. It's no different.
Yep. And some of those people are making, if you saw what they were making or knew what they were making, I mean, hell, you could watch their live streams and you see what they're just making in super chats alone.
Yeah.
So, you can't blame them for.
Dude, that guy makes bank.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Rekieta, he's always like top super chatted channel. Yeah.
Oh, Nick Rekieta, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a weird thing. Did you see all that fallout with like Eric July and all that?
I don't
Very
know.
strange. Yeah.
I didn't see. Wow.
I just caught the glimpse of it. It's all with the, what's that? Dick Masterson and Vito, that whole, because he's friends with them, and Eric July, they've been like attacking his business or something. I don't know, some weird shit like that. And they got caught up in the crossfire, and Nick went on some like drunken thing. I don't know.
My stance on it is, I think personally that Dick Masterson and them aren't really that wrong, but I don't care enough to take a stance.
Yeah.
Because I already know Eric July's audience is way more like passionate and bigger than theirs. So it's just not even worth it to be like, yeah, they're actually right. And I'm just going to get attacked from every angle. It's like, okay, I don't actually care that much, but they are right.
Exactly. Yeah. And and that was the thing. Like when they were talking when that stream was going off and they were like debating is it either the second or the first comic book? And I think it was Nina Infinity. And she was like, well, I have the book, but I haven't read it yet. And he's like, well, there you go, right there. It's like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, you bought it because you're his pal, but you didn't actually read the book. Right. And again, here's my thing. They're doing all of this shit over a fucking comic book. That's my thing. Like, if you don't like it, who cares? And if someone doesn't like it, let Dick Masterson and Vito shit on it all day long. And if they want to, whatever. But there were some other shady shit too going on. Like they're trying to, I guess ISOM is technically a name used by a church, and they brought the ISOM name to the church's attention. So now the church is like filing a lawsuit. So that's kind of like, all right, you're trying to fuck with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's some hater stuff.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, and I bought.
And they showed up
both.
to his.
Oh yeah, they did go up. They did show up to his warehouse too, like not Vito, but some other weirdo. Went to the property or whatever to post, because I guess they wouldn't read his super chats or something, so they put it on. Eric July wouldn't read the super chats, so the guy came with like $50 bill or something, stuck it on the window like with the message like, here, now you can read my super chat or some shit like that or whatever. I don't know, but it's a bunch of like gay drama just in all reality. That's the best way to go. I mean, it's all gay, and that's why I just stick to myself and just,
Matt, you have the best takes, because I'm like, it sounds real feminine, and you're like, it's a bunch of gay.
It is just a bunch
like
of
I
gay,
see that stuff, and it's just like,
shit.
Like how do they? Oh, dude, I hate saying stuff like this, but like, how do they keep doing? Like, how do they keep getting in this drama like over and over and over? Like it's actually so tiring, and I don't even follow any of these people, and I still see it. It's like, I'm so tired of this stuff.
I think they just run out of fighting with their detractors, and then it's like they start turning on themselves, because then now you have like the Nick Rekieta fans against the Eric July fans, and then you have the quartering getting involved as always, and you have like D-Day Cobra getting involved, and it's just like, oh my god, like I don't even talk to you or deal with most of you, and it's like I don't even want to hear this shit anymore. It's like I'm gonna go mow my grass, and I got other shit to do, like real life shit. I don't care about your
Yeah.
Like you guys don't
They
like
have
a
too much
comic
time
book.
on their hands.
Yeah, like go outside, get off the internet, or just go meet in a parking lot, fist fight, and shake hands after like we used to. Like, don't I don't know. That's just
It's like
me.
a soap
That's
opera.
what frustrates me, dude. Like these people that talk shit, and it's like the worst I could do is respond. Like I wish, I just wish I could do more.
Yeah, it's
Because I
like
knew they
all
would
right,
never
well,
say it in real life. That's the most frustrating part.
the keyboard warriors.
I was about to say keyboard gangsters.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Crazy. Wow. Sounds like a bunch of drama. I stopped watching Eric July because not that I'm mad at him for this, but like he constantly talks about his comic book, which is like that's what's up that he's doing that or whatever. But I used to watch him for other things. So I was like, I don't want to keep hearing about it. I'm not a comic book girl, so it's just
Yeah.
like,
I used to watch him too.
man.
Yeah, I loved his live streams on the other stuff, but but then I like the comic book. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed him, but I don't. Me personally, like I said, I don't want to hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
So I just, I don't know. I have other stuff.
But I mean, like I said, no disrespect, man. I mean, it works for him to keep talking about it. I just know that's not my twist.
The thing is, like, you can acknowledge that he's only making money from it because he has an audience, and also not be mad about it at the same time. Like, the dude's not taking money away from me. I don't care. Like, make your money. Like, I don't
who
care.
cares how he's making money?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
why
if
do
you
they're
if
so hurt
Taylor's
about it.
if Taylor Swift started a comic book tomorrow and everyone just bought it because like they don't give two shits about comic books, it's just they love Taylor Swift. I don't. Okay,
Yeah.
good. You made money off of it. Like
Yeah, it's like when an artist sells merch or something, like
Yeah.
clothing. It's
I
not
didn't
because
buy
it's the best design of all time. It's just because there's brand loyalty.
Yeah, I see a bunch of people out there that have bought the comic book like 3 copies, like 4 shirts, and I'm like, a little extreme, okay, but
yeah, like
all right, way to go.
They're trying to get a retweet, man. They're desperate.
Yeah, it's like,
that's part
but
of it,
hey,
yeah.
that's in my opinion, the way I look at it is that's what the shift has become, is that a lot of people that follow, the Eric Julys and the Nerdrotics and other people of that, it's that they've completely abandoned the Hollywood world, and now that's their new Hollywood. Like those are their new idols, and they like them even more so because they're more grounded than, say, your Tom Cruises and all that stuff. That's how I look at it. It's
You're
because
right.
back in the day, everyone Johnny Depp, they're like, oh, sign my nutsack, and now it's they go to these meetups, right? And that's what it is. Like, oh, sign my hat and take a
Yeah.
I just, some people are like that and they need that. Me personally, I've never been like when I was a kid, yeah, and I got the Rock's autograph. But other than that, like when I grew up, I was like, oh,
You're always
okay, cool.
hobnobbing with celebrities. You were on TRL. You were an
But that's
extra
what I'm
in
saying. It's
the
like
movie.
when you're around these people,
Like
you're just like, oh, they're just
Yeah.
people. Like,
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
care about you. And they'll realize that too. Even like the YouTubers, right? Like they're just everyday people. And I'm sure they're like, okay, cool. Here, I'll sign your shirt. Thanks. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do they always say, right? Don't meet your hero.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I've had a lot of run-ins with that.
I know you have. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Well,
Crazy.
Well, gang, I think we're gonna end off with our beautiful music to take us out of here, guys.
Let's
Thank
go.
you everybody for coming through. We couldn't. Whoa, I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on. It's too much. It's so much. So much Fuentes in my life. I know. Like, yeah. So yeah. Thank you everybody for coming through, hitting that like button, listening to us. I'm so excited we got to do this, guys. Thank you guys for coming. I'm just excited. This was so much fun.
Absolutely. We got to stream again soon.
Yes. All right, let's take it out.
I'm not here to be some sexy slapping for girls. Girls are here to be sexy for me. Throw it back on a nigga. And that's why you gotta drop that ass for a nigga. Because you were going to drop that ass for a nigga. I'm not here to be some sexy slapping for girls. Girls are here to be sexy for me. Throw it back on a nigga. And that's why you gotta drop that ass for a nigga. Because you were going to drop that ass for a nigga. I'm not here to be some sexy slapping for girls. Girls are here to be sexy for me. Throw it back on a nigga. And that's why you gotta drop that ass for a nigga. Because you were going to drop that ass for a nigga. Throw it back on 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 a nigga.
I love that.
I'm some sexy slapping me for girls. Girls are here to be sexy for me. Throw it back at a nigga. Throw it back at a nigga. Throw it back at a nigga. I'm not here to be some sexy slapping me for girls. Girls are here to be sexy.